Hi, welcome back everyone. We are on the part two. I am with special guest Nancy Manning, and the topic of the hour is entitled Within the Healing Space. We have spoke childhood traumas, betrayal, um, as in a baby, and now we're at the place where we're talking about religion, spirituality, and much more. So Nancy just popped back on. Welcome back, Nancy.
Yes,
So
awesome. Thank you.
just waiting for a couple of people maybe to join us. Well, not wait, but welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back.
Absolutely.
So Nancy, I'd like to know how you turned that around from being in that space, identifying that it was more you and your emotional journey that you hadn't dealt with that was a part of the flaw in the marriage. And then you say that you recognized that, assessed it, processed it, recognized it, which meant that you stayed in the marriage.
Hmm.
Tell me a bit more about that. So tell me a bit more about that, girl. Just tell me.
The whole journey, like, how in the world, right? Well,
Yeah,
honestly,
I'm bamboozled. So tell me about that.
I first of all, what I feel in terms of, people that go through situations in relationships, so many times I don't judge anybody for how they're exiting, but I
Yeah,
didn't want to exit bitter or
yeah,
resentful.
yeah,
I,
absolutely.
I'm not doing that. Number one, we have children together.
Mm-hmm.
I did not want um, to have a hate or a resentment toward their father, because we will have to connect for here into the end of the world because we have kids.
Absolutely.
So I stayed in it. It was almost the whole thing where I would tell myself that I'm healing in the den of the broken, in the sense, because I was doing it in the midst of where a lot of things took place too. When it comes to my marriage, most people will leave the relationship and heal. I healed in the middle of it with him present, and
That's
I've
quite
done that.
empowering though, isn't it?
And when I tell you, that's when I knew there was real change, because if I would have done, I feel like that was my journey and that's the route I needed to take, because I felt that if I would have left, it would have been easier for me not to really deal with the issues I had with him, concerning him, about him, because I didn't see him. Girl, it don't matter. You know what I
Mm.
mean? And I could have just, healed and then moved on, right? But how do I really know I'm healed unless I feel a different energetic connection with him
Mm.
about every experience, and not even necessarily, to be honest, that I even feel like, oh, I'm not closed off to it working. And what I'm saying is, we're legally married, right?
Mm.
Things are working right now. They're
Mm.
just working the way they are. Why? Because I'm focused on Nancy. Do you
That's
see what I'm
great.
saying?
I'm happy for
And
you.
so we get along great. I don't hate him. He don't hate me. I don't resent him. None of that. Will we stay together?
How long have you been married
You
for
know,
now? How long have you been married for now?
21 years.
Now that has to take great tenacity, patience, consistency,
Absolutely.
selflessness. What Let's get into that just for a moment. Like, what does it take? I mean, my parents have been married for over 50 odd years and they're still married, sharing the same bed. You know, it's old school kind of love, though. It's different.
Right, right.
But you seem like you could be possibly somewhere around my age group, potentially. Yeah. So
I don't
I'm
know,
saying,
huh? How young are you?
I'm 44 years young. Sorry, 44 years strong. Okay. Both of them.
Yes, yes,
Yeah. So are you open
yes.
with your age? What is your age? Tell me.
I'm 45.
Okay. So maybe
45.
we're around similar age. Yeah.
Yeah.
Age
Yes.
mark. Everyone, welcome back. Welcome back. But considering the generation that you are to still be married after 27 years, that's pretty much a darn miracle.
Right. And um, because of that too, I mean, there was plenty of people like, girl, just it's fine, just exit, leave it. But it's like, okay, fine, that's great, but I want to leave whole. I I wanted to leave whole. I wanted to leave. If I was going to do that, I wanted to. And the more that I worked on myself, the more I said, okay, I'm open to any possibility of this going and getting better, or expanding, and us evolving into a whole nother space. If you get what I'm saying. And so I'm not closed off to it. And it's like, well, why haven't you just gotten the divorce? Well, first of all, I'm not out there giving myself to a whole bunch of other men, in a
Mm.
sense, because I'm still legally in a relationship, right? Legally, but mentally, I'm doing me. If you
Okay.
hear what I'm saying.
So do we know you're on this live today?
Uh-oh, can you hear me? I don't know if I lost
Okay.
you for a second.
I was asking, does he know you're on this live
Uh-oh,
today?
I can't. Okay, there you go.
You hear me?
Okay.
Does your
So,
husband know that you're doing
yes, I
this
can hear you now.
live? Does he know you're doing this live talk today?
Oh, absolutely.
Will he
Absolutely.
be listening?
Um, oh, he probably is right next in the next room.
Wow.
And
That's
the
that,
thing
that's
is that
open, transparent relationship. That's pretty amazing.
the truth is that's where we are, and that's what I'm saying is to get to a place where you can just be and be okay with
Be. That's my thing. Just be.
being.
Yeah. Mm.
Be okay. I'm not running out of it. It's working right now. I'm helping him with his business. He's helping me with my business. He's helping me grow. I'm helping him grow. We're great friends.
That's
That is working
amazing,
right now.
right?
Right. And so I'm like, okay, great. And so if I decide that
That's
I want to exit,
amazing.
I can exit. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna say? We get along great. You know what I'm
You
saying?
don't have a reason. I think sometimes when we've worked things out, what kind of harbors is what was.
Right.
So it's almost like, yeah, but no, because you've actually stuck with it. He wasn't
Right.
abusive, was he? You haven't told me he was abusive, or
No, no.
therefore you've done the right thing, and now you're in a better place. It's been worth it,
Right.
and
Right.
I wish you
And
guys
so
so much more years of happiness. I do.
in and the thing with that you were telling me, okay, he's in the next room, he's that kind of thing, is because I'm just now in that space where I'm gonna do Nancy in the relationship. So I'm choosing to share who I am at this moment with this
Wow.
man because we have children. I don't hate you. I want the best for you. I want you to succeed. I love you as a person, as a man, as the father of my children. You know, would I like a better connection? Of course, I stated it a million times.
Okay, so
But
Nancy, Nancy,
I'm connected with me though.
listen.
Well.
You love him, right?
I care about him, yes.
Are
I
you
do.
in? Are you in love with him? He
That's
don't
the
he don't
thing.
need to hear that part. This, yes or
No,
okay.
no, I mean he knows that though. That's not nothing that's ever been
You are
hidden.
open, girl. I
No,
hope you
no, it's I don't.
overhear the conversation. Mm,
This is what the thing is that I'm open to falling. I'm
mm.
open to getting to that space. But guess what? It takes two people to work a relationship. We have a great one. We're good friends with some benefits. Okay, right now, you
Girl, we
know.
may have to have a private inbox after this because, girl, I've got some spices that can help you in your life, girl.
Yes, girl. And so, but yeah, so I'm good. Like there's nothing at all hidden. Actually, I'm getting ready to head out of town in October to go celebrate a guy friend of mine. He knows that.
Girl.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So there's nothing sexual's happening with my friend, but he knows that we have a great connection. Nothing's hidden. I'm not hiding
Is
anything.
he a friend though?
Is he what?
Is he a friend that kind of
That where there's attraction. Yes, there's attraction.
Nancy, I see a book. I feel another show is going to be coming on with me and you after that trip. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to reserve a space because, girl.
I'm telling you. And so but that's the thing is that I'm okay with where I
Wow.
am with
Place to be.
myself. If it works, great. If something evolves with him, oh, let's do it. You know what I mean? But if someone else steps into the picture, honey,
So you are
same
really
decision.
you are the epitome of transparency in this moment. You've
I'm,
got nothing to lose and all to gain.
yes,
And you know that
I'm
that
just
position
not.
is really good. It's actually a really good position.
Yeah, because I just don't want to be in this life
Right.
not being myself and not
Not being
being
yourself.
okay with putting myself like that's I don't people say being selfish, but I don't think selfish is even a thing. It's really about self-care, self-love, and doing your path, considering all involved. Yes, and that's why the way that I'm transitioning, if I transition out of this relationship, I have considered all involved. I made sure my children saw how I handled myself. They've seen me heal. My son knows everything about the other person. Both my children know about this other man. My husband knows about this other man. I have left to vacation, trip, not vacation, but to go hang out with him and help him with his career, and he knows that. Nothing has been. I've handled everything and
Can I just
considered
say,
all involved.
Nancy, sorry that my friend, listen, I'm going to read a couple of comments now in between of our dialogue
Okay.
on this second
Okay.
part of the show. So my very good friend, she says, self-full. not
Oh,
selfish.
yes.
Chi.
Yes. You're
Yeah,
full of yourself. Yes, I'm full of
yeah,
myself. I mean, who else are we going to be full of, right?
yeah. What do we got? Morris, something the other says she's already spicy. Well, listen, Morris.
I'm already spicy.
I said about I'm going to be in your inbox. We're going to share some spices. Morris, your kind of spice with Nancy is not a girl to girl sisterhood spice. So I still got spices that I can share. But okay.
Facts. Yes.
So she is spicy, but when girls get to talking, it's a different kind of
Right.
spice.
It's a
And
whole
you don't
nother
know about
level.
it. You ain't gonna know about it. Okay.
That's right. That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
But I'm sure she
So,
welcomed a compliment from you. So yeah, she's spicy.
absolutely. Thank you.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
Awesome.
let's bring it to a point where you decided to be a transitional life coach.
Yes, yes.
Tell me
And
about that
that's
transformation life
well,
coach. How did
well,
that go out?
that has been my life. I feel like if I look over my life and I look at certain points in my life, I
Nancy,
see.
sorry, your friend Morris says, if you say so.
Oh God, that's hilarious.
So, but we can debate a little later. You can come. You know something, Morris. Don't let me invite you onto this live, or tomorrow. We can have a direct conversation.
Right,
You seem like a kind of.
right.
I'll invite your rest on the show tomorrow, and do a live with me. How about
That's
that?
funny.
Yeah, we can talk about how spicy Nancy really is. Are you ready,
That's
Morris?
fascinating. That is so funny.
Go on, Nancy. So, what inspired you to become a transformation coach? Take me into this journey of this
And
part of your dialogue and your
be,
story.
because it is just that. I think that it's been my life. I think we all are in transition. We're constantly, if we look back, there's moments in our life where transition took place.
Yeah.
Something happened and boom, and there's another space of evolving and growth. And so when I look back over my life, I'm like, that's exactly what has been happening. And in the process and in that journey, I was always helping and empowering people, even in the
Mm.
religious space. I was in leadership, so I did do a lot of guiding, and people have, came to us and they put us over a certain amount of where we were responsible for certain amounts of a certain group of individuals that were members of the church. So I mean, this is a mega church, so there's thousands and 17, 18,000 members, and so
Mm.
there was groups of people, that we would come to us because of course the pastor can handle all of the people, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So they would put leaders in that position to help if something happened with the family. So I was constantly in that space anyway. There were certifications that happened there, but I needed, when I stepped out of the space, which actually was even before then, but I was already doing it without certifications. And I thought, well, you know what, I might as well get certified and get,
Mm.
get some training.
Oh yeah.
Nobody has ever asked about it, but because when you do something or when you are with or helping someone get through and transition, they most times don't ask you where you get your certifications from. They just know that their life has transitioned and there's been help and they have evolved and they have grown and it's worked for them.
So
Because for
you
me,
are a trained you so you are a trained so you call yourself, do you name it transition life coach, but is it a life coach still, isn't it?
it is, it's a life,
Right.
I would be in that life coach space, but I say transition because that's what people are looking for. I'm stuck, so they come to
Mhm.
you. This is happening and I don't know how to get out of it. And the thing is, it's just really about asking the right questions because honestly, if you ask me, hey, Nancy, what should I do about, I'm going to say to you, well, if I was you, I would, dot, 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 right? So
Mhm.
is that necessarily what's right for me, or is that what's right for you? It's
Right.
what's right for me. So
Absolutely.
the space that I go to help people transition is by just listening and then asking questions for them to discover what they already know and don't realize they have the answer to.
Absolutely. So
Because we
while
come here with everything.
sorry, Nancy, in the second half, I'm gonna just be chipping in and doing looking at comments. Is that okay? Yeah. All right. 'Cause you're like me.
Yes.
You just flow. I've got to be like, sorry. So,
Right.
Chi, you say you love my spice. Uh-huh.
That is too funny.
I'll
Thank
call you later.
you.
Okay?
Right.
I'm joking.
You're silly.
He's
Look
my
at
friend.
look at here putting me some gloss on.
Okay, and Claudette, hey!
Hey, Claudetta.
So
Yes,
nice to
peace, love, and
have you
abundant
here.
blessings.
Okay, it's Claudetta. Great conversation. all I hear is a story of trauma, transparency, bravery, courage, self-discovery, care and love,
Awesome.
outstanding walk in your truth, queen. I salute Claudette. I love her as well. Peace,
Absolutely. Yeah,
love,
she's
and
amazing.
abundant blessings. Thank you, Claudette. We appreciate that, right, Nance? Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay.
Claudette is amazing. Hey, girly. She's so
Okay.
awesome.
Okay. So, how long have you been a life coach for?
I've been a life coach, honestly, whether it's certified or not, because I've been doing it for a long time, for about 18 years. But
Wow.
as I've evolved, but
How long have you been
certified, five,
certified for? Yeah,
five, five.
that's good. So you
Yeah,
have experience, and then after
absolutely.
certification. Okay, that's
Absolutely.
your.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And so, of course, they're talking about just a life, my whole life, being transparent. And I think that when we get to the space of transparency, that's when we can really discover the reality of who we really are, who we've even been, because sometimes we don't
I
want to
have to
acknowledge
say,
who we've been.
sorry, as I chip in a lot on the second part of this show. My friend, natural hair, hair by Chi, says,
Right.
very powerful sister. Thank you for being you. Great guest.
Oh, awesome.
That's
Thank
a
you.
big comment. Wonderful. We love
Awesome.
that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So,
Awesome.
as you were saying,
As I was saying. So I think that when we allow ourselves to get into the transparent, vulnerable, because I think transparency is one thing, but vulnerability is really just opening up your wounds and
yeah,
being okay
yeah.
with them being exposed, period. You know what I mean? And so that's why in the writing of my book, which will be out later this year, the beginning of next year, because I'm working on the course that goes along with it, the online coaching
Be
course.
sure to
The,
let me know. I've just started writing.
absolutely.
I started writing a free part of, of an ebook myself, but we can talk about that
Oh,
another time.
awesome.
Yeah,
Yes.
but so do keep me posted. I want to know all about the
Yes.
book, and I want to be able to
Yes.
like
Yes.
publicize the book and keep in touch
Yes,
with me. So what's the book
absolutely.
going to be about?
It's called Soul Archaeology. Discover
Oh,
and uncover and improve your life, because it is basically going to take people on their own journey to find those places in their life where things might have grabbed a hold and you don't even realize you're manifesting your reality right now on a past belief. And so I share personal stories that I experienced that locked in certain beliefs as a child, that and I share how it manifested in my adult life, or how I took that belief and manifested some things in my life. So there's a three-part process. If you think of archaeology, there's a three-part process to archaeology. The first one is discovering what was or is not there. So once we discover that we are, God's source in the earth, and that we came here with everything, it's an uncovering that has to happen to get to the core of who you are. And all the stuff that was added, all the lies, all the beliefs, we start to uncover and get to the core of who we are, so that we can be
so would
so
you
that we
say
can
this book is a book of healing, direction and healing?
oh, absolutely. And freedom on every
So
single
we're going to
level.
touch upon actually in this moment it would be good to talk about forgiveness. Then, as we spoke about forgiveness,
Yes.
we briefed on it
Right.
earlier when we spoke yesterday. And so, with this book in tow, who is it that you needed to forgive, if not yourself?
Myself,
Mm-hmm.
first of all,
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't really forgive until I really had. I feel like in a lot of areas I have, but I had a moment that I share in the book where I was coming across my bathroom and I looked at myself, but I was looking at myself deeper. And I caught
Mm-hmm.
that because I was very present with myself in that moment. I was
That's
getting
nice.
ready to put my pajamas on as I was coming across, and I had this moment with myself in the mirror that was so powerful. And I was
Wow.
able to just say, Nancy, it's okay.
Mm.
And then I just was that inner part of me, that soul, that deep, the Nancy that had been buried was saying, Nancy,
Mm.
I'm here. I've always been here for you. I've
Mm.
always been here for, I forgive you for not listening to me. And that was me
Wow.
having a conversation with myself. And when I tell you, it was such an empowering moment for me, that
Mm.
when I said, Nancy, I forgive you for not listening. I forgive you for continually moving and going and not taking time for yourself. I forgive you for holding on to this and not letting it go. I forgive you. Like, it was me. And then I definitely had to step into the space of forgiving the people that I blamed for the things that I believed. Because they're
Right.
my beliefs. Like, we want to
Mm-hmm.
blame other people because you said this to me, but I took it and I believed it. So who really should I hold accountable?
Mm-hmm.
I Nobody can make me believe anything I do not choose to believe. My
Absolutely.
mindset, my paradigm is mine to control. And whether I was aware that that's what's happening at the time, I realized it then, that I am the one believing anything about
Mm-hmm.
myself, about my journey, about my past, about my life. And I chose to start letting those go. So I just started calling people's names, and I forgive you for saying this, but I forgive myself for believing it. I forgive you for doing this to me, but I forgive myself for believing that this, and this. And when I did that, when I tell you, I literally felt physically lighter.
Mm-hmm.
In my physical form, I was light.
Wow. Wow.
And that was such a beautiful experience. So forgiveness is definitely a process, because
Mm.
forgiveness sometimes don't mean that you trust, because trust is earned. That's a whole nother thing. So I mean, if you steal something from me, I can love you and be around you and forgive you, but I'm not gonna leave my purse around you anymore. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
trust. Trust is earned. Trust is an earning thing. But I can love you and be around you. I can tell you right now, there's not a person on the planet that has ever wronged me that I'm aware of at this moment that I have not released and let go. And
Well,
it feels
on that note, would you like to
lovely.
have some friends that are sending you some love and saying, do you want to have a look and see who's
Oh, awesome. Super
you
cool. Let's
guys
see.
change up
You
the
guys
show
are
this week?
awesome.
Can everyone that's on this live, can you please
Oh, you guys
flash
are
up
awesome.
enough hearts for Nancy, please? I want to see some hearts that's going up. Please press that button. I want to see the hearts.
You guys are awesome. I love you guys for being on right now. Yes, you guys are amazing. Thank you guys for tuning in. You're amazing. You're such an amazing host. But
Thank you.
one of the things I was thinking when I was looking at your channel called Free Flowing Thoughts, that was the first thing that was like, oh my God, that is everything to me. Because that's what it's about. This time we were saying we don't know where exactly, we had an idea of where we wanted to take the conversation, but it can go anywhere. Like, honestly, I wasn't sure if we were going to be discussing anything concerning my marriage, but that was great because
Of
I'm
course,
open.
and thank you for
I'm
the hearts. Keep it coming. Keep it coming.
Yes.
Thank you, Chi. I appreciate you. I'm going to call you after this live. Make sure you answer your phone or else. But anyway,
Right, right. Threaten
you
her.
know,
Yes.
let me share that little moment with you. For those who don't already know, the reason, and I say this every now and again, so people, I keep myself grounded and I keep myself purposeful, and I let people know why I do this
Yes.
particular platform. This particular platform for me is about soul connectivity.
Oh, yes.
Now, what word I want to use, this is one of my greatest higher callings, and it wasn't going to come with a facade of, yeah, we're going to be, there is no, we just need to be. And free flowing
Yeah.
is about people, allowing people to use the voice in their own language that suits them, and immediately
Mm,
a co-pilot and flowing with you. So once you find your
okay.
flow, I'm your co-pilot. I'm not here to, I don't want to be the person that tells you you should look like this. We're living in a
Right.
time where social media is, manipulating how we see ourselves in our looks, fake
Oh, yeah.
personas, and I'm not
Oh,
going to
yeah.
create a platform on this show doing the same thing. So this is about
Oh,
saying,
okay.
come as you are. If you wanted to be in your bed and do this show, I'll be like, okay, you get in your bed,
Right.
I'll get in mine, and we do it together. That's just, I'm your
Right.
co-pilot.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Serious.
That's beautiful. I know. I believe you, girl.
I'm going to be
I
where
know
you
it.
going to be. Who don't like it
I
can
know.
log off.
And it's so funny. My husband was saying earlier when I was getting myself together, he's like, you gonna wear a hat? I was like, yeah, because I'm
Hmm.
going to the gym after this. How about that?
Yeah, you come as you are. I mean,
Uh,
come as you are. You really come as you are. And so free flowing force is inviting people to free their own inner self. And there's always going to be things
Absolutely.
to talk about. And if you're not sure, I'll say in this moment, just inbox me. I'm very liberal.
Absolutely.
There's nothing I won't talk
Awesome.
about. Any topic goes as long as it flows.
Absolutely. And that's
No?
what makes life beautiful is our differences,
Mm-hmm.
our perspectives. That's how we learn. Like if someone shares a new perspective, it's not, oh, well, I can say, oh, well, I don't completely agree, but you know what? That's a good way to look at it, or a different way to look at it versus just rejecting, because that's how we grow by learning and experiencing other people's ideas of how they're doing life.
Absolutely.
I'm like, we're
You,
all doing it.
we got, sorry, Nance, sorry, we got some more comments before we leave. Chi, you're saying free flowing says it all. Yes, darling.
Yes,
Nancy, the beauty of transparency, no limits.
absolutely.
Exactly. Chill. You know how
Yes,
I do, Nancy. I mean, why do I keep giving
yes.
you guys different names? What's going on? Claudetta, Nancy. When
Yes,
Claudetta was,
yes,
I know why that is. When, because I met you both from Leon, okay?
yes. Claudette is awesome.
And when Claudetta was on here, I called her Nancy once. And now I'm
You
talking
did.
about, you know what,
Because I
monkey
was
brain,
watching that.
monkey brain.
It's
Anyway,
all good.
Maurice, you love these soul sisters. Well, we love you too. So now you're being
Yes, we love
nasty,
you.
Maurice. Mm.
That's
Right, let's
awesome.
see. Release ourselves, Chi, yes. Claudetta, we are all just, ooh, you've disappeared. Where have you gone? We
Seeds
are
in the garden of
all
knowledge.
seeds in a garden of knowledge.
Woo!
Absolutely. And Maury says, yes, I'm so thrilled with the message on this show.
Oh,
Honestly,
that's so good.
for anyone that knows me, I have a second page. So you can be nosy, have a browse, add me. If you go to the top of this page and look
Right.
at my bio, it gives a link to my second page. And it's pretty much creative flow. But I've kind of started over my page recently. But for the longest time, I had a lot of posts doing conversations while I was in bed. Yeah,
Wow.
because I wanted to
Fun.
strip myself from worldly demands. So I did it that way.
Yeah,
I had a
that's
onesie
so
on and I
good.
had my hair into pigtails and I'd have no makeup on sometimes. And I did it especially so that when I did
Right.
this, which is purposeful,
Right.
I could afford to be like this and done up because I know that I'm coming as myself now. Because I've
Oh,
stripped
so
myself
good.
bare. I had to go
Ooh,
back to that. And it gave
that's
me a
so
different
good.
kind of confidence, which is really on a soul connectivity congruent level, as opposed to,
Ooh,
you know what I mean, the turn ups. We don't, girl,
absolutely.
my soul
And
ain't
just
turning up. It's going to be transparent, you know, and become on looking people
absolutely.
too. But I am really about just come as you are, guys. So, if there's anyone watching this or tell a friend to tell a friend and you want to chit chat
Yes,
with, but just inbox me and I'll make it happen. Nancy,
absolutely.
it's been a pleasure
Amazing.
talking to you. Is there
It's been
anything else you'd like
fantastic.
to add?
I just want to say thank you for having me on. Honestly, we're gonna have to do this again. We're gonna have to do it for my page too. So I
Oh my
definitely
God,
want to
I'm so
dig in
up
and
for it.
have, and I would love to do a topic in the future. We'll chat about it in the relationship space because I think a lot of times as women, we're not really
That's
sure
my
how
favorite
to mix
topic,
it.
by the way.
Is
I see. At some point, I'm going to make time for me to talk my own stuff, and I like to
let's
specialize
do
in
it.
relationships, sexuality, and
Yes,
spirituality is what I love to talk about. But in the
yes,
beginning, I just brief everyone. In the beginning, when I created this, was going to be about me speaking, and something said, "Well,
right.
actually, no, it's got to be for the people as well as you," and that's why
Absolutely.
I'll have my moment. But for now, it's all about you guys. Yeah.
Yes, so good. It's gonna be great. It's gonna
Nancy,
be
what has
great.
it been like for you to what's it been like for you being on Free Flame Thoughts with me as your co-pilot?
Oh my God. Wonderful experience. I was like, oh, let's see how long we can go. But I think this we're gonna be doing it a double, we're gonna double up and come back on, which I was feeling that halfway through. It's been an amazing experience. I would love to do it all over again. For
Great.
anyone that's looking to have great connection, great conversation, great dialogue,
Mm-hmm.
definitely your platform is absolutely amazing. Thank you for
Thank
all the
you.
value that you
Thank
add to
you
the
for blessing
platform and
me
how you're
with your
choosing
journey.
to show up.
Absolutely. And the reason why, I mean, again, it's not an interview, guys. It's chit chat with Silver, and that's why I'm very
Absolutely.
unorthodox. I'm not here
Just
to
keep
interrogate
showing
you.
up.
I'm here to connect with you.
Yes. Keep
Thank you,
showing up, girl.
Nancy, for sharing your journey with
Thank
us.
you.
We appreciate you.
Thank you. It was my
And
pleasure.
whenever you want to come back, girl, you got my number. Hit me
That's
up.
right.
I'll make
That's right, girl.
it.
Awesome, girl. Love you guys. Thank
Peace
you
and
for having me
love. Thank
on.
you guys for
Have a
interacting
great
and
evening.
supporting
Bye-bye.
Nancy, everyone. And yeah,
Thank you.
let me know. Bye.